Right then, so I've got this lovely offcut of solid oak worktop here. It's quite a chunky piece, it's 40 millimeters thick, and it does weigh quite a bit as well. But what I'm going to do is turn this into a rather lovely chopping board. So let's get on with it. I've flipped it over and I've marked a line here where I'm going to make the first cut. I do want this chopping board to be 500 wide. Yes, I'm going big. So I've marked that at 500 or 600 from the 100. So I'll just do that on this side here. So now I've got my two lines which I'm going to cut, and that looks quite good because that's not going to go through any of the joins either. Now in order to cut this, I'm using my lovely dewalt DCS 520 54 volt brushless plunge saw. It's absolutely fantastic, and it makes jobs like this an absolute breeze. There's a link to this tool in the description down below, and you can also find this on my tool review playlist. So I've got my two cut edges here. I'm just going to mark a line along here, which is square to this edge. I'm going to go 400 wide. $400 here. So we've got a line here, we've got two marks here. Let's get those cut. So this is now the finished size of the chopping board, and still weighs a fair bit, but that's going to be perfect. And this is actually the same as my worktop, so it's going to blend in really nicely. Now, because this is such a heavy chopping board, what I want to do is put some finger slots along this edge here, make it a lot easier to lift, and I'm going to do that with a trimmer router. To make the finger grips, I'm using my dewalt trimmer router, the D2620004 model. It's brushless, it's running off an 18 volt battery, and as you can see, I've got the double fence set up to give me a nice straight line. I want to round off these corners, so I'm using a round over bit in the router, and I've just clamped this block on here to prevent any breakout. I'm now going to use a small round over bit to go around this top edge here. Well, that's all the machining done now. I've got my finger grips, which makes it a lot easier to lift. I've rounded the corners here, so they've got nice smooth round feeling now. And then I've just put a smaller round over bit around the top there. So all I need to do now is to sand it. I'm going to go for some 80, some 120, and then finish it off by hand with a bit of 240. Now I've sanded this with 80 and 120 grit paper and it feels really smooth already, but I'm just going to finish it off by hand with a bit of 240 paper just to give it that, you know. Well, the last thing to do now is to coat it with some oil, and here I've got Furniture Clinic cutting board oil, some pure mineral oil to season, protect and nourish cutting boards. So this should be absolutely perfect for this. But before I do that, I do want to put some little fabric pads on the underside. This is going to do two things for me. It's going to stick to the board before I oil it. Plus I'm going to be able to oil it, put it down and then oil the rest of it. And also it will protect the worktop that this is sitting on. So multi-function really. And as I say, I'm going to put those on first. So we're going to go with 4 of these big ones. If I didn't drop it on the floor, and guess what? Yes, it goes sticky side down. That's the most annoying thing ever, right? Let's try that again. So we'll go right about there. I'm not going to measure these to get them all the same, but roughly there. And there. Right. So to apply this, I'm just going to use my hands and obviously with some gloves. Well, that does look pretty good to me. I do need to leave the oil to soak in, buff it, then give it another oil tomorrow. But for now, that's about it. I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below for this product as well. It seems really good. I mean, it is food safe, prevents cracking and drying, colourless, odourless and tasteless. Probably not that you're going to try it, but I'll leave a link anyway. So that's it from me, how I made a lovely looking chopping board out of an old piece of worktop. There you go. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next video.